Welcome back, and just wanted to give you an update of our Spring Boost Appeal, and thanking so many of you that have called. Some have actually come by. A lot of you online have been supporting the Dove during our Spring Boost Appeal, and I just want to say thank you so much for partnering with us and what we do here at the Dove. It's been an interesting time of the season in our life here. And we moved into this building a little over 11 years ago, and it has just been a gift from heaven, and we love it. And we moved in so fast, we didn't do anything to it. We just moved in because we had to at the time. And we're now at the point where we have to fix the building, so to speak, and insulate it, change things around a little bit, make it much more environmentally friendly, not only with heating and air conditioning, but for sound. We are at the airport. Of course, you watch this program at all, you know every once in a while we get interrupted by some noise. Anyway, we have budgeted for this part of the project. What we're asking you to prayerfully consider is helping us with some equipment that we need in order to make the change. And a lot of this equipment just now is slowly becoming obsolete. In fact, yesterday was so interesting. I share this with you only because it's a little frustrating on my end. But right in the middle of things, one of our main pieces of equipment decided to hiccup, and then when we got into it, we found out that some of the parts that we need to fix it, they don't make anymore, so we have to replace the whole thing. Well, we weren't certainly counting on that. That alone was $27,000. So when you're in the high-tech business like we are, all these pieces of equipment are pretty expensive, but it is the core, the heart, the infrastructure of what we do. So we had a goal of $128,853 of parts that we need, and asking you to prayerfully consider helping us with. And as you know, I do not want you to take from your church. We're not here to replace the church. We're here to augment the church and what your pastor is saying, and we're here to support all of that. And if you're involved in the ministry inside your church or outside the church, one of the many impacting parachurch ministries, we want you to stay faithful to that. But we have these needs. We have to replace a firewall, which is a huge system within the IT room. We also found out about a month ago that Google bought out the company that we use for all of our Skype interviews, and that technology will go away May 1st. And we've already been shopping behind the scenes. In fact, yesterday, the invoice was put on my desk, and there it says $4,937. Well, that went up to about $5,700 in order to replace that piece of equipment. We have some software upgrades that we have to do. When we make this remodel switch, we're actually flipping the building, and I don't mean that we're selling it. We're taking the operation from one end of the building and moving it to the other. And the reason for that is primarily for sound control. And we'd like to put in what they call an LED production video wall, which is, this will be an amazing asset to what we do. And it will allow us to do a lot of future production. Right now we're pretty limited. But by having this piece of equipment, we'll be able to produce more programs of our own. We've already replaced the audio board. You see the audio board there? We've already replaced that. We had to. The other one just failed. And that's what happens when you use something as often as we do. So we already replaced that. So we're asking you to prayerfully help us with that. The people are already scrambling to figure out how we're going to take care of that. But folks, this is about helping the Dove to do what God called it to do. And that is to be on every media platform out there with the gospel. That's what our calling is. That's what we want to do. We're not the biggest one in the world. We don't intend to be. We just want to be faithful to the area that God has allowed us to broadcast and be a part of. So you can call us anytime at 541-776-5368. There is a little part of that, 541-776-5368, or you can safely and securely go online at theDove.us, and you can support us there. And I say securely because we don't share that with anybody, but only do what the Lord's leading you to do. We've asked for people to prayerfully consider this over a 4-week period. So we're not taking 5 days to just do this live on the air. We're in this process of construction, and that takes time. I've had a lot of people come in over the last couple of weeks and say, when do you plan on being done? Well, we're not planning on a date to be done by, I didn't want the pressure or the disappointment of not meeting those dates. And I told the people that we're working with, we have some great contractors on the scene here, I just want it done right. I don't want to come back and have to fix it again. I don't want to have to deal with this again. I just want it done right. So I don't know, Scott, if you have that picture in there, we can maybe show you what we're doing. But we are insulating the walls for the first time. Now, this building had about an R8 factor in it. So what we had to do was change things around, and when we get done, we'll have about an R78 to R84. What that means is the thickness and the density of the insulation to help us with sound control. We'll be putting it in the ceiling and in the big door as well. And that'll help us not only for sound control, which is long overdue. We've had some very small air conditioning in this building, and it helped a little bit, but in the heat of summer, we still had to let the staff go home because it got so hot in here early. In the wintertime, it wasn't properly insulated, and we couldn't get it warm enough. Well, we're solving all those problems. I'm not here to complain about it. I'm just telling you, we're fixing it. We budgeted for this, and that part of it's coming together. But moving this equipment and making it work is a big deal. In fact, it's interesting, as I'm talking, I don't know if you hear a roar behind me, that's an airplane right outside the door. And that's what we're trying to solve, is that problem. And that airplane firing up its engine is probably about 40 feet from me right now. Hear that? There he goes. He's taxiing away. So only do what the Lord's leading you to do. You can call 541-776-5368. You certainly go online at theDove.us. But I just want to say thank you. And you know what, folks? This isn't about buildings. It's not about equipment. I mean, those are tools. It's about the gospel going out. And it's just amazing. In fact, yesterday I got one of the most impacting phone calls from somebody who's been watching the Dove for years and decided to pick up the phone and just call me about what the Dove has meant to them and helped them through a tough time. So that's what we're all about. We wanted to be in your eyes with television, in your ears with radio and all the digital platforms. We wanted to be in your hand with the devotional, the Word for You Today. And when you support the Dove, you make all of that happen. So again, pray about it. Only do what the Lord's calling you to do. And again, over the next 3 weeks or so, just think about it and pray about it and see what the Lord helps you to do. We'll keep you posted on this out here. This is a big deal. This is a big project out here. And I found myself yesterday standing in the middle of the room, working with the electrician over here, the contractor over here, the wall guy over here. We're talking to the plumber over here. I mean, all of a sudden I was in the middle of this room making all these decisions. And even though you plan things out, at the last minute things change or they don't work out or you have a problem and you got to solve all these things on the fly. So that's in the progress. But folks, we couldn't do it without you. And let me just say this as a reminder. It's been pretty consistent for about the last 5 or 6 years that 84% of the Dove's revenue comes from viewers and listeners just like you. So if you're not there, we're not here. And we don't take that for granted. We just value the partnership greatly and thank the Lord that you believe in what we're doing in reaching people. It's amazing. I can't tell you how many people we reach other than finally when something connects, they let us know how the Dove has ministered to them, and perhaps that's been a part of your life as well. So anyway, what you may want to do is just pick up the phone when you feel led to do it. Call us at 541-776-5368, or you can go online at theDove.us and you can support us there. By the way, let me just stop talking. Can you hear that roar? Can you hear that roar, Dan? You hear that? That's what we're trying to solve. That's right outside. In fact, I wish you were in the studio. You know what I'm smelling right now? I'm smelling aviation fuel. Yeah, so that plane's roaring its engine out there. The fumes of that plane's coming into the studio. So we're fixing all that and trying to get rid of it. So call 541-776-5368 or online safely and securely at the Dove is. No, I didn't plan that. At theDove.us. Thank you so much. And praying for, supporting, and believing in the mission of the Dove.